porridge with Nutella is elite. It's so simple, but it just tastes... It tastes like... The best way I can describe it is it tastes like Easter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just unbelievable. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit about the concept of weight targets. Now, weight targets are something which a lot of people tend to have when they first adopt their fitness journey. If somebody comes up to me or talks to me or I talk to them, I usually start by saying, like, what are your, like, general goals? Like, what do you want to achieve? Usually I say to them, what do you need to have achieved within 3 months' time to consider it a success? A lot of people tend to give me a specific weight target. I want to lose 5 kilograms. I want to be this amount of weight. I want to lose a couple of pounds. Things like that. Having a goal which is dictated by a number on the scales is, in my opinion, pretty shit. And here's the reason why I think so. Let's assume that you actually do achieve your goal of hitting 5 kilogram loss or a certain amount of weight lost. Let's assume. What happens when you achieve that goal, but you still realise that the issues that were prevalent when you first started that journey towards that goal are still as prevalent now as what they were? You still don't feel 100% confident in your body. You still can't take your top off in public. You don't notice much changes in your body. Like, there's no toning, there's no definition, there's no change. You still lack energy. You still feel self-conscious getting your picture taken on nights out. You still cannot have sex with your partner with the lights on. So yeah, sure, you've achieved your goal of hitting the 5 kilogram loss. Happy days. But the reasons as to why you started this journey in the first place have not been solved. Therefore, is the goal a little bit of a waste? And that is why I don't like using weight targets as at least like a sole goal, at least like a core goal, because there's no guarantee that achieving that weight will cause you to be happier, will cause you to be more confident, will solve the issues that you're currently facing. Your goal should be centered around things which you want to change or want to feel emotionally better about. Your goals should be emotionally impactful. Your goals should cause you to be able to do something which you cannot currently do now. For example, wanting to fit into a certain piece of clothing because it makes you look really, really, really good and because you think that the dress looks really, really decent, as opposed to having to wear clothes which cover you up, which you feel like you've got to wear because they stop other people seeing a specific part of your body which you don't currently feel confident wearing. Being able to go on a night out and get pictures taken without feeling like shit or without feeling anxious that people are looking at you. Being strong enough to lift your body weight in a deadlift. Because if you're strong enough to lift your body weight in a deadlift, you're strong enough to do a lot of other shit. Getting to the point where you feel happy having sex with your partner with the lights on. Because you don't feel self-conscious about your body. You don't recoil when they touch your stomach area. Things like this. These are impactful goals because they genuinely impact your life. Weight loss shouldn't really be looked at as a goal, more of a tool. You're going to use weight loss. You're going to lose, well, specifically fat loss. You're going to use fat loss as a way to achieve these respective goals, rather than thinking that weight loss is going to guarantee that you feel like this, if that makes sense. And this is why people struggle with consistency, they struggle with motivation, and they struggle with sticking on track with what it is that they need to do, because the goals aren't bringing you any impactful or emotional change. You're on this goal, you're on this journey, and you start to lose a pound, you start to lose 2 pounds, you start to lose 3 pounds, you start to lose 4 pounds, but nothing changes. You're still upset, you're still unconfident, you're still unhappy, you're still lethargic, you're not feeling amazing, which then causes you to think, am I doing it correctly? Is this actually working? Why is this not making me feel better? And that causes you to dip, that causes you to fall off track because it hasn't actually changed anything within your life. If it does change something within your life, if you start to lose fat, but you also start to build up your confidence, you also start to get stronger, you also start to be able to do things which you couldn't do in the first place, then you start thinking, this is actually changing my life. This is actually impacting my life. This is allowing me to do shit which I couldn't do in the first place, and therefore this is worth it. This is all good. I'm going to keep doing this and I'm going to keep motivated. So I need you to think, what will losing 5 kilograms allow you to do which you cannot currently do now? Or it doesn't even have to be 5 kilograms. It could be if you've got a target weight, if you've got a set amount of weight that you say that you want to lose, What will losing that weight allow you to do which you cannot currently do now? I guarantee that you can't really think of much. And even if you can think of something, is that independent of the weight loss? Like, think of this. Imagine if you think to yourself, oh, weight loss is going to cause me to be more confident. It's going to cause me to be stronger. It's going to be causing me to feel happier within my body. Imagine if you got to a point where that does occur. You've looked in the mirror, your body's more defined. There's a shit ton less body fat. There is, more strength. You're lifting more than what you normally did. You feel more confident. You feel more energized. You're able to wear clothes which you couldn't do in the first place. But the scales haven't changed much. Would you be happy with that? 99.9% of you would probably say yes, because obviously the emotionally impactful things have changed. They've got to the point where you want them. Sure, the weight hasn't changed much, but that doesn't really matter because you've changed. You know what I mean? Like, ignore the number on the scales. Don't be obsessed with them fuckers. You've changed. Your emotions have changed. Your ability to do shit has changed, which means that it's been a success despite the fact that the scales haven't changed. And that just goes to prove that the scales aren't the be-all and end-all of your fat loss journey and should never be considered so. Stop focusing entirely on your weight. Start focusing on the things in which weight loss could potentially bring you and start working towards these things instead. And I promise you, you'll be happy because of it. I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. If you did find this video helpful, insightful, and enjoyable, feel free to give it a like. If you've got anything to say, if you've got any questions to ask, or if you think that I'm wrong, feel free to leave a comment because I'd be more than happy to, learn, but I'm also happy to advise. And if you want to catch the next one, feel free to subscribe to this channel. And if you want any more free fitness or fat loss based advice with zero bullshit, burpees, or diet plans, or any of that shit that you see in the industry right now, feel free to follow my Instagram at k.p_health. Anyway, have a good one.